Tonight, we unpack the president's rare primetime speech, the message, the reality behind it, the politics, and the implications for the near future. Stick with me for the next 16 minutes. By the end, you'll actually understand what was in that speech and what was left out. Good evening. I'm David Jones Carpenter. President Trump addressed the nation from the White House on December 17th, delivering a highly political and at times controversial speech aimed at recalibrating public perception about the economy, national security, and his first year back in office. He presented a narrative of success, framed the opposition as responsible for current challenges, and unveiled a symbolic payout to U.S. service members.
We're putting America first, and we are making America great again. Very simple. We are making America great again.
Tonight's breakdown will go beyond the sound bites. We'll dissect the three core themes from the address. First, the economic narrative. Did he make the case?
We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen.
Second, the so-called warrior dividend, substance, legality, and symbolism.
Tonight, after 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation is stopped. Wages are up. Prices are down. Our nation is strong. America is respected. And our country is back.
Third, rhetoric over reality. Politics shaping the speech.
When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity, certain to its destiny, and the envy of the entire globe. We are respected again like we have never been respected before.
By the end, you'll know what he said, what he meant, and what that lightly signals politically going into 2026. If you find value in clear, contextual analysis, hit follow. I break down news without the noise. A large portion of the speech focused on the economy, inflation, job creation, and price stability. Trump repeatedly asserted that the economy was stronger than many Americans feel, that prices were coming down, and that an economic boom is ahead. He even blamed his predecessor, former President Biden, for the mess he inherited. But here's the context you won't hear in the applause lines. Public sentiment on the economy remains shaky. Polls show a significant portion of Americans still feel their wages aren't keeping up with inflation. Despite claims of falling prices, actual everyday costs, groceries, housing, utilities, continue to be a point of frustration for many. The president's framing tends to emphasize selective indicators rather than broad cost of living realities. This is classic political framing. Take data points that tend positively and elevate them as proof of broad success. But economic reality for most Americans is multidimensional. Lower headline inflation does not automatically equate to widespread affordability. Perhaps the most concrete announcement in the address was the one-time $1,776 check to U.S. military service members, dubbed the Warrior Dividend. Trump said checks are already on the way. The symbolic use of 1776, the year of American independence, is politically potent. It's designed to evoke patriotism and appreciation for service members, especially right before the holidays. However, there are deeper questions. Funding source. Trump linked the payout to tariff revenue, but independent reporting shows the funds may actually come from redirect military housing assistance money, not a new revenue windfall, raising legal and budgeting questions. Federal funds normally require clear congressional authorization. Trump linked the payout to tariff revenue, but independent reporting shows the funds may actually come from redirected military housing assistance money, not a new revenue windfall, raising legal and budgeting questions. Federal funds normally require clear congressional authorization, one-time versus structural benefit. This is a one-off payment, not a lasting pay raise or permanent benefit. It's more symbolic than economically transformative for service members. Symbolism is not insignificant. Politically, this resonates, but when assessing long-term policy impact, you must separate feel-good announcements from systemic change. Trump's address didn't just present policy claims, it was unapologetically political. He repeatedly blamed Democrats for economic issues and framed his opponents as obstacles for national progress. You'll notice this recurring rhetorical devices. Number 1. Externalizing blame. Economic and social frustrations are attributed to political enemies rather than structural factors. Number 2. Selective reporting. Positive data points are highlighted while much broader economic friction is downplayed. Number 3. Projection of strength. The address opens and closes with "America is back," a political narrative designed to reshape public perception ahead of 2026 elections. In other words, this was as much about where Trump wants to take the conversation as it was about what is done so far. So, what do we take away from President Trump's State of the Nation address? Narrative matters. He's crafting a forward-looking story about economic revival and national strength. Number 2, substance is limited. The most concrete policy, the $1,776 payment, has symbolic power, but its economic impact and legal footing are not straightforward. Number 3, political framing is front and center. This speech is about rallying support and setting the stage for the political battles ahead. Whatever one thinks of the politics, breaking down the rhetoric versus reality is the key to understanding what's actually happening. I'm Davy Jones Carpenter. If you want more deep dives like this, hit that follow button, like, share, and tell me in the comments what topic you want next. The economy, immigration policy, or how these speeches shape public opinion. Drop your picks. I'll take them on in the next video. Stay curious. I'll see you next time.